welcome to the video. My name's Alex and I'm one half of the Honest Entrepreneurs. Today I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes and showing you the results that we got in our first 12 months on Amazon. I'm going to show you how much revenue we did, the profit that we did, and I'm going to be giving you 6 tips, 6 things that we learned that you can learn from, that we kind of learned the hard way. If you're not liked and subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Every subscriber that we get just gives us a big boost in motivation, and it helps us to keep making these videos. I know it seems like a little thing, but for a new small channel like us, every subscriber really matters. Alright guys, so now we're inside Shopkeeper. Now this is the tool that we use to track absolutely everything related to our Amazon business. So as you can see here, we've sold just over 7,500 units. Shopkeeper tracks absolutely everything. You can see there we've had 293 refunds in that time. Our total revenue was just under $240,000. You can see here the period at the top left hand corner is the last 12 months. And we did just short of $31,000 in profit at around a 13% margin and a 38% ROI. I'm not going to go into too much detail into Shopkeeper at the moment or into these numbers because that's not really the point of the video. But if you're not using Shopkeeper yet, you can take a look in the description and we have a link there where you can get 1 month for free and you can try it all out. So now guys, I want to dive into the 6 tips, the 6 things that we've learned in our first 12 months of selling on Amazon. Now number 1 is ROI is king. Now we can't stress this enough. When you first start out on selling Amazon, you're just kind of obsessed with making sales. What we've learned over this first 12 months is what you can see on Shopkeeper is that our profit margin is 13%, the ROI is around 40%, which is good, we're making profit, but what we started to see is that if we wanted to reinvest the money back into the business and grow the business, the ROI wasn't high enough. So now what we're doing is we're changing our strategy. We're trying to get that ROI over 70-80%, and then that allows you to really grow. So the first point is really concentrate on finding products where your ROI is high, or you won't be able to scale your business.
I know it's super cheesy when people say like and subscribe, but genuinely every time somebody subscribes, it gives us a little bit of a motivation to keep making these videos, and we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you could subscribe and like and drop a comment below, we would really appreciate it.
Number 2, your product images and your listing are 10 times more important than you even think. So this is something that we found out recently when we had a product that started to drop in sales. A lot more competitors came onto the market. We actually thought the listing was quite good. What we did is we hired a new photographer, we got a new graphic designer, we completely re-optimized all of the images, all of the copy, absolutely everything, and we saw a big boost in conversion rate. Now we knew this from the beginning, but we want to stress this point that your images and your sort of lifestyle photography and your extended brand content is way more important than you even think. So don't try and skimp and save on hiring a cheap photographer or even doing the photos yourself, because this is what the customer uses to buy, to browse and to buy. So if you don't have the best photography and the best product image listings, you're gonna lose out. Number 3, learn how to quickly rule out products. Now what I mean by this is when you first start on Amazon, there's going to be 1 million products for you to choose from, and it can feel a little bit overwhelming. And what you need to do in order to speed up that process is you need to learn the information that you need to get in order to realize that a product won't work. So some of this information is how much the FBA fees are, how much it's going to cost you to ship it, what the dimensions of the product are when it's put into boxes and it's shipped over from China. There's a lot of different things that you need to be able to quickly get information on for you to quickly rule out products. So most of product research is narrowing down big lists of products to try and find a set that you can successfully launch. If you know how to quickly rule out products, it makes it much easier and faster to find winning products that you can launch to scale your Amazon business. So make sure you know how to very quickly speak to suppliers, get all the information that you need about dimensions, about how they're packed into boxes, about how they're shipped to Amazon. Make sure you know exactly what you need in order to get the correct Amazon fees. And knowing all this information will really help you fast track your product research. Number 4, shop around hard for suppliers. One mistake that we made was we kind of went with the first or second supplier that we found. A lot of the time it can feel quite sort of time consuming to speak to multiple suppliers, and you're really desperate to just launch a product. Don't make this mistake. Make sure you thoroughly sort of search for suppliers. You're not always trying to find the very best price. You're trying to find the best quality product. You're also trying to find a supplier that has great communication, that, you know, answers in time. They have good English. A really shit supplier can be really shit for your business. So don't rush trying to find suppliers and trying to find the right samples for your products. Take your time with this part of the process, because it's really important that you build a good relationship with a really good supplier. So don't rush this part of the process. Number 5, you're gonna need more money than you probably think. So there's a lot of gurus on YouTube that kind of make it out as if you can start Amazon with very little money. There are ways in which you can start Amazon with, you know, a few $1,000s. You can definitely do it for less than $10,000. Can you do it for $1,000 or $500? It's going to be very, very difficult. And obviously you need to kind of change what kind of products you're going after, and your budget kind of dictates where you can go. But the overall point is that you're probably going to need more money than you think. The more money you have, the more stock you can order, the less likely you're going to be to go out of stock. The more you can spend on your product photos, it just increases that chance of success. So make sure you understand exactly what everything's going to cost. Make sure you know what your marketing's going to cost. Make sure you get the best photos you possibly can, and that's included in your budget. But overall, remember that this is a real business where you need a real budget to start, and don't underestimate how much you're going to need, because the worst thing you can do is get started, order your first set of products, and then run out of money, and you kind of wasted that first order. So don't be disillusioned, but you are going to need a decent chunk of money. We actually have a video on how much you need to start on Amazon that I'll put a link to somewhere up here, that kind of explains all of the costs, so check that out if you're interested. Number six, use the 80-20 rule to focus. This is something that Tom and I try and implement in our day-to-day work. Basically what it means is 80% of your results will come from 20% of your actions. So when you're doing a business like Amazon or any business, it can be very easy to get distracted by lots of little tasks. Now the issue with this is that you end up losing focus on the tasks that are going to jump you forward 5 steps ahead. So try and list the most important tasks for your business at that time, and focus solely on them. And if these other tasks they don't contribute towards that, then just forget them for the time being. A good example of this is Tom and I realized that if we wanted to grow and we wanted to reach the targets that we'd set for ourselves, that we were going to need to get financing. So what we ended up doing was we completely dropped everything for about 2 weeks, and all we did was focus 90% of our time on getting financing and networking with people, applying for bank loans. And within the space of less than 2 weeks, we had multiple options for financing. And I don't think we would have done that as quick if we'd not have used the 80-20 rule to really focus. So make sure you're trying to understand exactly what are the most important things for your business in leaping you forward in getting from A to D, not from A to B. Just try and jump those steps of what can make you grow. Don't get bogged down in tiny little details in trying to make everything absolutely perfect. Focus on the tasks that are going to drive big growth. All right guys, thanks for joining me in today's video. I hope you enjoyed the 6 tips. I hope you enjoyed looking inside a real Amazon business. If you have, please subscribe, please drop a comment down below. We love hearing from people. Again, it sounds a bit weird when you're not making Amazon videos, when these YouTubers sort of beg for likes and subscribes and all that, but it really shows us that people care about what we're making. So we'd really appreciate it if you can, drop a comment, ask us a question, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.